All right, hey guys, it is I. Happy Saturday. All right, so a question was presented to me as to why I haven't left the country now that I'm retired, and that's a very good, valid question. So here's the answer. Oh, let me put any light. Okay, the reason I haven't left the country is because, no, seriously, it's because there's a lot of stuff that I still have to do here, and it's not really for me. It's more for my kids and stuff. So pretty much I have to stay in America for my family, and the biggest thing is, right. Don't get me wrong, right. America um, is tough. It's tougher now because things are more expensive. But America is the land of opportunity no matter what. I could tell you from I grew up in other countries. Like I grew up in Trinidad and Tobago, and I also lived in other countries. And one thing I could say with 100% certainty, even with what we are facing today, is that America has way more opportunities than many other places in the world. If you go to other places, like where I lived, for example, a lot of your life is dictated by things like the common entrance exam, right? That's a exam you do in Trinidad and Tobago when you're a certain age. I think it's like 10 or 11, around that age. And based on people who I actually knew growing up, like passing or failing that exam could really dictate how your life goes because it allows you to go into secondary school. Not saying that you can't go to secondary school after that, but if you fail those exams, um, and you don't go on to high school and stuff, obviously you won't have education and it could lead you to a life of ruin if you don't figure out how to make money some other way, right? So America allows their citizens to do many things. Like just in case you guys are not in America, like when you go to school, you get to learn different languages, you get to do sports, you get to do different things like theater and stuff like that. Things that you may not experience in other places, right? Not saying that other countries don't have these things, but it's just like you have a lot of opportunities to do a lot of things and see what type of fields and stuff would suit your nature or your needs. And I feel, especially since my kids are American citizens, to I would be doing them a great injustice or disservice to not let them experience their own growth here and experience that for themselves and decide how to live their lives by giving them a chance to live in America and decide what they want to do when they grow up, right? So, um, if I did not have kids, I would not be here right now. I would probably rent out this house and keep the other house rented and just leave and go, right? That's what I would do. I wouldn't stay here. But the reason I wouldn't stay here is because I mean, there's a big world out there, and obviously, U.S. dollars goes further in other places than here. And I'll still maintain my assets here. So if a company is renting it out and managing it for me, I don't need to physically be here. I'll probably put all my items in storage, just leave, make sure everything is paid, and yeah, just travel and probably go on cruises and stuff. I don't know, but again, nothing wrong with staying put, letting the kiddos live their lives, go through their dreams, go do basketball and stuff, travel to America, see cool things, and experience life. Like I'm having the time of my life being a retiree, watching my kids grow, and like I couldn't wish for anything else. One day, if I'm lucky and God willing, I will get to travel and check out other places, but it has to be at the expense of me being in the house bored alone and not wanting to stay home all day playing video games anymore. You see what I'm saying? So, and also, yeah, it's nothing like I get to go to school and stuff too, so it's kind of like I'm still doing stuff. It's just I could be doing nothing somewhere else. You see what I'm saying? So the biggest sacrifice is your kids, right? If you have kids. And if you don't have kids, why not? They're pretty cool. So I hope everybody gets to experience having kids and have a good time with that, because watching another human being succeed is one of the best feelings you ever could experience. You see? So at the end of the day, yay, America! Right? I love America. It's my favorite place. Um, but obviously, it's a lot of hardships with it. And I'm pretty sure you guys experience it yourself. But it's when it comes to opportunity, I think America is second to none, and it allows you to be able to go to these other places and experience life in a whole different way, right? So, again, I love America in the sense that it's a great place to build and grow and learn. And I believe that once you have done the building and stuff, you should check out the world, because you only live once, right? So why stay in one area when you could go see how other people live in different places? Because the world isn't as scary and dangerous as some people make it out to be. Some places obviously can be, right? But it's not as bad as you think it is if you go to the places and check it out. You see what I'm saying? Like, last thing I'll leave you with, right? I thought, like, when I was going to Korea, I heard it was like, they're still building up and stuff. But Korea, for example, South Korea is very advanced. When I went there, it was very advanced. It's one of the most advanced things I've seen. So, but the thing is, regardless, I'm so used to traveling because I've been in the Air Force. It's kind of like I expected to just see it and just see it with my own eyes and make a determination then. But the thing is, a lot of people live in America and never get to travel and see things, so they don't know for their own selves what things look like. So you hear it on the news, you hear what somebody says on the news or whatever, and you say, okay, well, I guess that's how it is, instead of seeing it with your own two eyes. But when you go there, you experience a whole different world, right? So definitely travel. I think it's a great thing to experience from time to time. So one day, but not today. All right, take care. Happy Saturday.